All right. All right, so I'm back sitting. Hello, everybody. We're in the studio. It's another show, another episode of Life and Whatever Else. I am sitting here on camera by myself. However, I am not in the studio by myself. I have a special producer here today. Producer, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nicole, the host of Conversation Pace. Thank you for having me on your show, Eric.
Oh, excellent. I'll have you on whenever. You've been like one of my most loyal, consistent guests.
I'm on your show today, but I'm not on your show.
Yes.
And it's great because I don't have any makeup on today, so it's
there
perfect.
We go.
It all works out.
There, it works out, you know? Like sometimes you're just not like feeling camera ready and... You know, but this is a way that you could still be on and people can hear you.
It's perfect. Almost like a podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Yes. So I know that this is not your thing, but we'll start off with some sports stuff. So when we're not talking sports stuff, we will, or you could just jump in whenever you want.
Okay. Thanks.
The NBA Finals concluded last week. The Golden State Warriors finished a 4-0 sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Really wasn't close. Cleveland had a chance to win the first game. They didn't win the first game. J.R. Smith decided to dribble out the clock when he could have taken up a shot after grabbing a rebound on a George Hill missed free throw. And let me tell you something, George Hill is one of the happiest guys that he did that, because nobody has really talked about him missing the free throw that would have put Cleveland in the lead in Game 1. But anyway, they lost Game 1 in overtime and really did not even come close to winning another game. The other games were pretty ho-hum, not really much going on in them. Would have liked to have seen more excitement. I think that first game took a lot of the excitement out of this series, because I think a lot of people thought at that point it was an inevitability. I had to say that slow because sometimes I get like tongue-tied when I do big words like that. So I think a lot of people just thought it was inevitable that Golden State was going to win, and the final 3 games of the series were whatever. I will say one of the more interesting things that came out of it was that after Game 4, LeBron James decided to show up to his post-game press conference with a cast on his hand. Yes.
He's so dramatic.
Yes. Now, he said that he got hurt punching a board after Game 1, that he was frustrated, and he did that, and he hurt his hand. Now, I'm not doubting that he hurt his hand. You know, I think that he did have a hand injury because I could see it in some of his shots that he was taking. It's not necessarily the same shots he would normally take. So I don't doubt that. But he didn't have to come to the post-game press conference with a cast on his hand for everybody to see. He could have just had the cast on and let somebody from like TMZ take a picture of him on the street. And then, you know, everybody will say, oh, you know, he's got his cast and everything like that. But, yeah, he just loves, it's so weird. Like, he didn't make an excuse, but just by showing up in the cast, it's an excuse.
Exactly.
So,
he's very calculating in that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Genius.
Whenever people try to, like, talk about it, I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan. But, like, whenever people talk about him, it's like they want to ignore that he like thinks ahead of like all these things. Like he knows exactly what he's gonna do. Like as soon as he hurt his hand, he was probably like, I'm gonna wait until the series is over and then I'm gonna show it to everybody and all that. He definitely knew what he was doing with that, and everybody saw it. And then we all go into our 2 camps. Either you're on the side of LeBron where it's like, oh look, he had a broken hand or whatever, or you're on the other side where it's like, nah, he's making excuses. I'm on the excuses side. That's me. So what can I say? But yeah, he lost, so don't ever compare him to Michael Jordan either. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. LeBron, no.
But if they would have won, right?
Uh-huh.
And LeBron James walks away with the ring.
Okay.
Do you think he still would have come out with the cast?
No.
I think so.
I don't think so.
No.
I really don't.
You really don't?
I really don't. Because then at that point, if he wins the ring and he wins the championship, then all of a sudden it would look like he was gloating. So it's like, I don't think he would have done it there. He probably would have just done like what I said before, like just let somebody from TMZ catch it. He probably would have just warned the cast like out and about, but not like at the press conference or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, he kills me with that all the time. It's always like calculated stuff with him. And now like everybody's wondering if he's even going to stay in Cleveland. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to leave. He's going to go to LA. He might go to Philadelphia. No, like nobody knows where he's going to go. So like now it's like wait and see. So we'll see what happens with that. And I'm watching like the clip that or the video that you pulled up, and like I'm looking at Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was talking about the comparisons between Jordan and LeBron, and he's like, now I gotta go smack. I'm gonna go smack every media member that made the comparison, said that LeBron James is, the greatest of all time, and he's better than Jordan. So now he's got a lot of media members to smack. Not me though, because I've never said that LeBron was better. So that's all right. He don't even know me, so Charles, if you watching this, you don't have to smack me because I've never said that LeBron was the greatest of all time. So, yeah, that's that. The other thing, the Stanley Cup Finals, Washington Capitals beat the Vegas Golden Knights. That would have been really interesting to see Las Vegas win because they're an expansion franchise. It's their first season. And I was actually reading a story that a guy had put a $100 bet at the start of the season on the Vegas Golden Knights to win the Stanley Cup. And had Vegas actually won, he would have won $20,000. But they didn't win, unfortunately. And he didn't get the $20,000. So that didn't happen. But it was kind of cool to see Vegas in the finals. I mean, first season, all the people in Vegas were going crazy. So it's good. The Oakland Raiders are moving to Vegas in a couple years, so there's going to be a lot of partying, a lot of drunk fights in the stands and everything.
Wait, the team is moving? Oakland is moving to Vegas?
Yeah, in 2 years, I believe.
Okay,
so
and
we're in 2018,
that's football?
2020.
What is that?
Yes.
I'm so lost.
It's football.
When it comes to that. That's kind of like when the Houston Oilers moved to wherever they went to. They left Houston. The Oilers went somewhere. Tennessee.
The Houston Oilers went to Tennessee. And then what's funny is that I've seen it a couple times in the NFL. The Houston Oilers went to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Titans. But then Houston got a team back, and now they have the Houston Texans. But then you also have the Indianapolis Colts used to be the Baltimore Colts. So then, this one's complicated. You'll love this one. So the Indianapolis Colts used to be the Baltimore Colts. Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis, all that. The Cleveland Browns became the Baltimore Ravens. But then Cleveland got a team, and so the Baltimore Ravens... the Baltimore Ravens stayed, but now there was Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. So everybody's just moving all around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It happens a lot. I wish it didn't happen because, like, owners get really greedy and they want to move to, like, different cities because certain cities either don't pay for a stadium or whatever. So that's why the Oakland Raiders are actually moving to Las Vegas because Oakland couldn't figure out... Well, really, they didn't want to pay for a new stadium. That's, like, what it comes down to. So that's why they're going to Vegas.
It comes down to money, bottom line, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
There's money in Vegas.
Yeah.
There's money all over Vegas. Vegas is made of money.
But it's crazy because originally a lot of these leagues were like, we'll never have a team in Vegas because of gambling. However, now I think I forget all the specifics, but I'm pretty sure that like each state now can determine what their laws are on like sports gambling.
Right.
So now it's pretty I could be totally wrong about that. But anyway, now gambling is just whatever. So it doesn't even matter where these teams play. So now all these teams are going to Vegas, everything like that. So It's interesting because it's funny, like a lot of older people are like, I would have never imagined a team being in Vegas at any point. And now you have Vegas in hockey, and now you're going to have, the Oakland Raiders moving there. So
the prostitutes are going to make so much money in Vegas.
Yes. I didn't even think about that, but that was the
first thing I thought about.
That's the first thing you thought about. Like our minds are like flipped. Like that would probably be the first, that would normally be the thing I would think about, but not in this case. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, lot of it's a very good point. Yes. So ladies, get ready. You're gonna have lots of money coming your way. So
lots of rain making happening.
If the NBA was actually in Vegas, it'd be a lot better because NBA players have a lot of side chicks.
Yeah.
It's actually funny because
they can afford to have more, don't they? Don't they make more money?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they. Yeah.
There you go. That explains it.
I would probably say like football, like the best football players make the same amount of money, but like it's not as many. Like I would say there are more like average players that make good money, and they're the worst. They're the ones that you hear all the crazy stories about.
Because they're pissed. They want more money.
True, but then they want more money because they're spending their money on all the escorts and everything.
On the prostitutes.
Actually, it's funny. Like a lot of players, they sit there and they talk about how, like, I don't remember where I was listening to this, but they were talking about how NBA players, like you have the bench, there's actually like a family section which is like right next to the bench, but then across from it are like all their like side chicks.
Oh my God!
So like they could see them across, but then like if they're like wife or girlfriend, it's like right there.
I'm gonna start going to the games now just to see that.
Oh yeah, like all these guys, like different city. I mean, you give young guys a lot of money, like guys like 23, 24 years old, give them a lot of money, traveling city to city, off days in those cities. Oh my goodness!
And the girls, they kind of just throw themselves.
Oh yeah.
So it's easy.
I mean, it's amazing to me how they throw themselves at these guys, but yeah. I mean, we've got like whole like TV shows with girls who, in a sense, like they made a career out of throwing themselves at like athletes.
That's the whole point.
That's yeah. And like years ago, people would have thought like, oh, that's crazy. But now they're like getting TV shows, rap deals, the whole 9 yards. So it's like,
true.
There's a real reward in that.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are we doing here? Let's go find a
yeah, I know. Well,
athlete boyfriend.
Well, me, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I don't know if it would work for me.
You got to try hard, Eric. Just keep believing you can get one. You're
True.
good enough.
Very true.
You're good enough.
Serena Williams, if you're out there and you divorce, I'm here. But she makes a lot of money.
She makes a lot of money.
Yeah. That's the type of female athlete I have to go after.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can see it now with your own show, reality show.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be fun then. The chase. So that's that. And this week, another big sporting event, the World Cup starts. I'm pumped for the World Cup. There's no United States, unfortunately. They didn't make it. But I'm really excited for it. It's in Russia. It'll be fun. I'll be interested to see if Messi can win his first World Cup. I want him to win. I don't know if he will, but we'll see what happens. There are a lot of intriguing storylines. Will Brazil bounce back from their awful loss in the last World Cup to Germany? Can Germany repeat as champions? And we also have teams like France. They've got a really good shot to win. You have Belgium. They're really good. Let's see. I'm looking at some of these predictions. Predict Brazil. Let's see. Brazil and Germany. I can't hear this, but it's okay. The group stage. Oh, this looks like an intense video. I love hype videos. They get me like, I mean, I was about to say I love hype videos because they get me so hype. But that's the point
That's
of
the
them. That's the point of a hype video. But yeah, I get like I'm really excited for it. Yeah, wish the US was there. Unfortunately, they're not. They just didn't do what they needed to do to get there. Oh well. It happens.
So who's in the finals? How many teams are in the finals?
So in the whole tournament, there's 32 teams.
Oh.
They get broken down into 8 groups of 4. You can see them all right there. And yeah. Oh, pause the video. Let me see these groups here. Okay, so we have the groups up here. Oh, let's make some predictions here. All right. Group A: Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay. I am picking out of this group Egypt and Uruguay to get out. 2 teams from each group get out, and then they go knockout, like 1 game, so 16 down to the champions. So I am picking Egypt and Uruguay out of Group A. Russia and Saudi Arabia, they're not very good. Russia's terrible, I think. They're just there because they're the home team, obviously. Spain, Morocco, Portugal, Iran. Picking Spain and Portugal, 2 European giants. And I think they're just better. They're just better than the other 2 teams in that group. France, Denmark, Peru, and Australia. This is an interesting group. I think France will win the group. The other team that is coming out of this, I'm gonna say Australia. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say that Australia will get out of Group C with France. Even though Peru and Denmark are pretty good, but I'll pick a dark horse in that one. Let's see. This here, Group D, Argentina, Iceland, Nigeria, and Croatia. I'm picking Argentina to win the group. And then probably Croatia. I'll take Croatia out of that group. Even though Nigeria, their jersey like went on sale and like everybody loves the color of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even watch it, but I know the jersey.
You know the jersey,
it's
right?
Popular, yeah.
Yeah, like it's real popular.
In Mexico. Mexico's popular.
Yeah,
too.
People love Mexico's like really popular like here anyway because like there are a lot of Mexican people. But Nigeria was like the jersey sale came out. Everybody's like, oh my God, I gotta go get the Nigeria jersey. I'm like, really? I'm like, it's that. I look good though. I like the look of it. It's like nice green everything. I'm not even Nigerian. Maybe I buy it, But let's see here. Group E: Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, Costa Rica. Let's go Brazil, obviously. I'll take Brazil as a group winner. And let's take Serbia. Oh, no. You know what? Yeah, let's stick with Serbia. We'll stick with Serbia. All right, Group F here. Germany, Mexico, Sweden, South Korea. I will go with Germany as a group winner. And Mexico will also get out of that group. Belgium, England, Tunisia, and Panama. Belgium and England. Don't know which one will win the group, but those 2 will get out of it. And Group H, this is an interesting group. Poland, Senegal, Japan, and Colombia. I'm picking Colombia to win the group. And let's go with... let's say Senegal. I don't
was
think,
thinking Senegal.
I don't even know if they're that
out of
good.
The choices,
but
that's up there.
I don't know. Let's just go. We got to pick some dark horses.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, you also got to.
You got Poland and Japan.
Yeah,
I'll go with Senegal too.
Yeah, let's go with Senegal. All right, so Colombia and Senegal out of that group. So yeah, those are the teams I picked to get out of the group stage, and then I don't know. We'll revise. I'll revise my picks as the tournament goes because I'm sure I'll be wrong about a couple things. But I have as the winner of the whole thing. I said a couple weeks ago I'm gonna pick France. I think France will win the World Cup. They have a lot of talent. They're a really good team. So even though they had a draw in a exhibition game against the United States over the weekend, but I think that they'll win the World Cup. I think they're really good. I think they'll turn it up when it matters the most, and they will win. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in the sports landscape. I watched the UFC. For those of you who want to know, real quick, Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker, really good fight. Robert Whittaker won.
What is this called? The UFC?
UFC, yeah.
That's what does that stand for?
Take a wild guess.
United Federal Company.
Not quite. The Ultimate Fighting Championship.
That was nowhere close.
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Ultimate Fighting Championship. Okay.
Yep. So that that fight was this past weekend. I was just about to wrap up the sports part, and then I remembered this. So yeah.
UFC 225.
Yep. There it is right there. So that was a really good fight, Romero and Whittaker. This one also that we just pulled up, Curtis Blades and Alistair Overeem. I was shocked by this. Blades just pounding on Overeem and opening up a serious cut on his forehead. That was a surprise to me. I was not expecting that one out of that fight. But Curtis Blades with an impressive win. I mean, Overeem was left battered in that fight. That was a rough one. But Curtis Blades won that one, and now he's going to be in line to step up with all the heavyweight contenders. So that was a good one. And then we also had CM Punk, former professional wrestler. He got in there for his second fight. Lasted a lot longer in this one than he did in his first fight, but still was not very good. He lost to you'll get a laugh out of this. He lost to Mike Jackson.
Who's Mike Jackson?
He's a fighter. That's his real name, actually. It's Mike Jackson.
Really?
But yeah, that's his real name, Mike Jackson.
Who's bad?
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Who's bad? That's funny. Yeah, so he lost to Mike Jackson. It was a pretty embarrassing performance, but yeah, I don't think he'll fight again in the UFC. I think Dana White was kind of hoping he'd win so that he could fight again and he could kind of sell that. But yeah, it didn't really happen. So hopefully that's the end of the CM Punk experiment in the UFC. But this fight was really good. Yoel Romero and Robert Whittaker. It was an interesting decision. Whittaker won the fight. You could have given 2 rounds, 10-8 to Yoel Romero. No judges did that, and because they didn't, Robert Whittaker was able to win because he won. I believe they gave him rounds 1, 2, and rounds 4. But Yoel Romero was really beating him up. Almost had him finished in round. Did the stanky leg right there. Almost had him finished in round 4, in round 3, and round 5. Didn't finish him, and it cost him the fight. Obviously, Romero had missed weight too. He said that he had originally come in a pound over the weight, but then he had time to make the weight. They cut off his weight cut attempt like an hour before the fight, or not an hour before the fight, an hour before his time was up to weigh in. So he didn't make weight, so he wasn't going to win the title anyway. But
so you could still participate in a fight, but you're not able to win if you don't make weight.
Yeah.
Is that what
you're able to, for this particular fight, because it was a title fight, you're able to, one, you have to make the weight to win the actual title.
Okay.
Now, whether the fight actually goes on is up to the other fighter, the promoter, all that stuff. With that being said, also, Whittaker, who is his opponent, who is Romero's opponent, he gets, I believe, 30 to 30, somewhere between 30 and 40% of his purse. So the money that he would have made goes over to him because the other guy missed weight. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, once a guy misses weight, it's kind of up in the air what happens. Sometimes the fight goes on, sometimes the fight doesn't. In this case, it went on. Thank God it went on because it was a good fight. I enjoyed watching it. But yeah, damn, Romero hits hard. Yeah, look at that.
Is this real, or
yes.
Is it like wrestling where it's kind of fake?
I'll say this much. It's real. However, I've always believed this. If it gets the judge's decision, I've always believed that some judges know in their head already who they want to win. And I wouldn't be shocked if some fights were kind of fixed in that way. But for the most part, if you knock a guy out, like, it's real. Like, it's not like wrestling where, you're not actually physically harming well, I mean, it's rough, but you're not actually trying to hurt somebody in professional wrestling. In the UFC, though, you are trying to finish
and that's the difference.
That's the main difference, yeah. Everything else is pretty much the same, quite frankly, because the hype shows up the same way, all that. So, and then one other thing that I want to talk about on that card, Colby Covington won the welterweight title, beating Rafael Dos Anjos. I was kind of surprised. I thought Dos Anjos would put up a little better fight than he did. I was a little, I said welterweight. It's an interim welterweight, but that's another story for another day. I was kind of surprised that Dos Anjos didn't really threaten Colby at any time in this fight. Colby kind of dominated the fight, controlled it, won the fight. And, he's going to go on and talk a lot of shit because that's what he does. And that was that fight. But overall, the card was pretty good. The CM Punk fight was hilarious, but hopefully, like I said, it's the last time for him. Other than that, that was UFC 225. And that kind of wraps up the sports part of today's show. I'm sure you're happy about that because now we're going to talk about some other stuff. We discovered before this, actually, that Instagram, before we came on here, we discovered that on Instagram now, like when you mention somebody in your story, you can actually, like, that person can repost that story, like on their story, and like you can get like a bunch of people to like go to your page if they repost it. And like this is new. We like learned this right before. And it was like really exciting to us because like
it's hard to keep up in the first place, just posting. So I was trying to find something on YouTube.
Yeah,
I know they have it, but it's hard enough to keep up with all the stuff you have to do to keep your followers on Instagram because you have to constantly post.
Yeah.
And now you have to do Insta story because now people want to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a full-time job. But now this whole new thing where you can tag someone in Insta story, and they will send you that person the option to add your story to their story.
Exactly.
Which is fantastic.
Cause then when you go, like if people like hit it, like touch the screen or whatever, they can go to your like page. So
traffic.
Like
it's
now,
all about the traffic.
Exactly. I love that because now if I just mention somebody, now it's like, oh, if they decide to put it in theirs, maybe their followers will now follow, me. So it's like
I always hope for that.
That works out.
I get like maybe one or two.
Yeah, I gotta like work. I gotta work on like social media. It's so like it's so tough because every time I think I've got something like figured out, it's like they change something.
They change it. They switch it.
And
up
I'm
on
like,
you.
I've like given up on Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
I am not a Facebook like that. They make that shit so complicated. I mean, and especially on a phone, because sometimes I open Facebook up on like a computer, and it's a lot easier to see everything on a computer screen. But on a phone, they have so much shit on Facebook. It's like I don't get all of this. I don't understand. Like this just clutter to me. It looks like all clutter. It looks like everything.
And they're trying to do what YouTube is doing, like YouTube TV. Now they have Facebook TV. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
I'm not
into it.
Yeah, Facebook, I'm not... Like, I've always looked at Facebook as more like just something to, like keep in touch with people, like friends and family. I just kind of, like... I think of it like that. I really don't look at it as, like, something... Because even though I did some stuff with the show at the start, I never looked at it as, like, oh, yeah, Facebook, like, gonna get me. I feel like people just look at it and be like... I feel like people use Facebook to, like, look at, like... family photos or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's cousin
all
like
the old people are
Gerald
on Facebook
or whatever.
now.
Yeah, that's true.
The old people, no, they just figured out how to use it. And now they're all on it.
That's true.
Posting baby pictures of you.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
But they can't figure out Instagram, so we're winning.
Yeah. I did hear though on Instagram they were talking about adding like videos that could be up to an hour.
Really?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Oh God.
I don't know how
Facebook does own Instagram now.
True.
So yeah.
The first thing they should do on Instagram before they allow hour-long videos on there is allow us to put links in our like Instagram posts, because like everybody in the Instagram posts, they're always like, oh, go click in the bio, and then it's like, no, I just want to put the link here, so because people like our minds just work like so fast now that it's like we just want to move on to the next thing.
There's no way I'm gonna look at yourpage.com, look at it, and then try to remember it, and then try to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No, I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And even I'm barely gonna read your description under your post. Like, it better be a damn good post, and it would have to make me want to say, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Let me read. But most pictures aren't.
I'm just like, because a lot of times like on Instagram, I just kind of like
flipping. Yeah, you
scroll through it and everything.
Instant. That's
there
what
we go.
Want. Instant gratification. Instagram is perfect for us.
Yes.
Because that's what we want.
I do. I mean, I love Instagram. It's like my favorite one.
Do you do Snapchat? Because that's like Insta story.
Yeah, like I did Snapchat at the start, and then they changed their like whole thing around, and I was like, this is so, even though I had stopped snapping, it was like, this is so confusing. And then they've recently like changed it back like a little bit, because like at the start what happened was that you had like your friends, like people that you followed, but like they all like jumbled it with like other people that you don't follow, like suggestions. So it was like all confusing. I didn't know like where to go for all the people. And now they changed it, so now there's like a friends list. So now you can go just to like your friends and like see theirs and whatnot. But I've kind of stuck to Instagram. Like,
most people are on Instagram anyway. But there are others. There's so many social media
I think too many
things out there.
I almost think too many. Because, like, somebody will tell you, like, oh, are you on this? Have you been there? And I'm like, what is that?
What is that?
Like, where did that come from?
It's too much.
I don't even know. And they'll be like, it's crazy. And then, not only that, but, like, the social media, but, like, you made a point about, like, so many. I was also thinking about all these, like, streaming services for, like, TV and whatnot. And I was talking to somebody about this over the weekend that, like, there's so many that at some point it's gonna lose like its effectiveness of like, because you want like a couple, like you want like maybe a sports one if you're a sports fan, maybe like, you know, movies and TV shows like Netflix, and then like a sports one. But now it's like you gotta go like all these different places for this, that, like everybody's got a streaming service. It's crazy.
I like Hulu because Hulu has daytime TV. I like that.
Yeah, I really don't use them that much, to be honest with you. I just kind of like borrow other people's accounts if I want to watch something. I'm like, hey, can I like check on your Netflix, you know, so I can see this. I'm not really I don't really have it because I don't really watch that much TV. I'm like I watch a lot of sports, but like in terms of like TV shows and stuff like that, not that many.
Yeah.
So I don't really see a purpose for those, but there are a lot of people that do.
Yeah, the rest of the world, Eric.
Pretty much, yeah. It's funny. I don't really watch that much TV, even though I'm doing a TV show right now.
Sometimes I don't want to watch TV, but the daytime TV shows, because my show is a daytime TV show, I get inspired. You know, sometimes I feel a little burnt out. Yeah. Then I'll watch a show. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Right?
Let me try that on my show.
I know.
So I force myself to watch daytime TV, like The View. Like during my massage today, I had The View on Hulu in the background.
Oh, There you
It
go.
wasn't very relaxing, though, I have to say.
No, I can imagine.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do
can
when you get a
imagine.
massage.
I feel like that's the other thing. I feel like a lot of TV is not very relaxing. Like, it's
No.
supposed to be something nice to watch and like, oh, relax, everything. But no, I feel like a lot of talk shows now are like screaming and yelling and everything. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like,
yeah, no.
what is that? That's crazy to me. Is Harry Connick Jr. still on? Did they cancel that?
Canceled.
But did they?
I was a regular. Well, we were a regular.
Yeah.
You would come with me. Yeah, we were
Did they?
regulars on
Did they show the
Harry's
final
show.
episode though?
I've never watched the whole episode of Harry, even though we went to Harry.
The only one that I
time.
really watched was the first time we went. That was like the first one that I watched, and then I really didn't watch it from that point.
Did you watch the Wendy show? The one where you were dancing on Wendy?
Oh man.
I didn't know you had moves. Eric, you have some moves.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got some moves. When I decided to show off,
Talk about that.
I show off. Yeah, that was fun. I was actually hyped because at first I wanted to do that because they said that they had like a $500 gift card.
They sure did. They
And you heard that, right?
Lies.
So I was hyped at first. I was like, oh, I'm going to go get this $500 gift card. So we go up there. I don't know what they call people out of the audience, everything. Only 2 guys. So it was me and it was this other guy. And the other guy was like, he had like a crazy suit on. I remember that. He had like a wild suit on. And I was like, I can't compete with this guy. Like, I'm not going to, I was like in my head, I'm like, damn, I'm not going to win this gift card. I'm not going to win this gift card. So anyway, we go up there. They tell us, one of the guys, like one of the security guys comes up. And they have big security guys too. And he comes up from behind. He's like, it's a dance off. But he tells us, I think he told it to us because he didn't want us to do something stupid. Because I think he didn't want us to take off our clothes or some shit like that. I was never gonna do that. But I think he had to give us a heads up about that. But anyway, I start dancing. They cut us off after maybe 15 seconds.
Yeah, it was really short.
It was really short. I'm like, what? I'm just getting into this. So then we're lined up and they give us, they bring out the prize or whatever, and it's a gift card. And I'm like, oh shit, I did win the $500 gift card. So I'm hype. I'm like, oh shit, I won the gift card. I looked at that shit. That shit was a Showtime streaming card for $50. And I have Showtime at home. So I don't even need, I didn't even need it. I was mad. I was mad at that.
Yeah.
I
was pissed. I was mad for you.
That got me. And then we barely got to see Wendy.
That's right before she had her nervous breakdown and had to go to rehab or whatever.
I know.
Vacation.
She looked weird on that show.
She did.
They should have just canceled. They should have just been like, we're not even doing it.
Wasting our time.
Because we didn't even get a live guest.
Nope.
We got a taped guest. I was like, oh, this sucks.
A taped guest for a live audience.
I know.
What a waste of a live audience. They called some people back. They called my friend back to come.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't go.
No.
Not after that experience.
Yeah.
Who would want to go? No.
That was
one of my worst audience experiences. Being an audience member for a show. Tape show.
Even though they canceled Harry's show, I liked the audience experience at that show.
I love that audience.
That was a good show.
It didn't make me want to watch a full show, but I loved being an audience member.
I could do without watching it, but yeah. Well, actually, no, that's not that crazy though, because you actually saw it happen. So unless you really want to see yourself on TV, you had a couple Ask Harry segments though. I remember that. But other than that, if you're not gonna be on one of those type of segments, what's the point of watching it? And you lived it.
Yeah.
So
it was fun. It was fun.
This show here, I really don't watch myself after I do this. I'll get this uploaded to YouTube or whatever, and then it goes. I don't sit there and really watch it. Because I know what I talked about.
Right.
So, but I need more of you guys to watch. Okay?
Yeah, we want you to watch.
I need you guys to watch. Don't listen to me talk about my own show and that I don't watch it. You guys watch it, okay? Please. So I watched Conversation Pace though.
Yeah?
That's a good show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes. I'm not
don't
gonna lie
watch
though.
it.
I can't lie though. I watch it sometimes.
I edit it and then I put it out there and then I have to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, no. If you do a lot of editing on a show, by the time it's out there, you're like, fuck this. I'm done.
Fuck this
No
show.
matter how good it was, like you might sit there and think it was the greatest show ever. You're like, all right, I'm on to the next one.
Put a lot of work into it and just let it go.
Yep.
Give birth.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
set it free.
set it free. Set it free.
Push it out into the world and see what happens.
That's right. That's how you got to do it. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the other big news. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. I'm not talking about that. That's like super big news, but we don't talk about real serious stuff here. IHOP is changing its name to IHOb. That was kind of bizarre to me. It's a little disappointing because a couple weeks ago I actually went to IHOP and they had like a poster up on the wall, and on the wall it was like be the pancake be the pancake that you want to see in the world or something like that. I gotta like look this up now because I forgot what it said, but let's go find it. Okay, so I went to IHOP and it said be the pancake you want to see in the world. That's a quote from Butter E Pancake. Okay, Butter E Pancakes. That's the that is so bizarre to me. We'll get to what I'm looking at in a second. But it was like be the pancake you want to see in the world. So I was mad hype. I put that up, tagged IHOP. IHOP actually responded to me. Thanks for stopping by. I was hype at that. I was like, oh shit, they responded to me. I can't believe this. This is the greatest day of my life. And now a couple weeks later, I'm seeing this news of them changing to IHOb. I thought that the B was for breakfast, but it's not.
Makes sense.
It's not. It's actually for burgers.
Yeah, they're trying to expand their market.
I don't know.
But guess what? Burger chains are not happy. So that's what this video is about. Wendy's was letting IHOP have it.
Yeah, Wendy's is rough. Whoever runs the Wendy's social media, man, they take people to task. Like, man, don't get on Wendy's bad side because they have a history of like talking shit to people. So
McDonald's never does that. I guess they're secure where they are. They're like the number one fast food chain in the world. So there's no competition for McDonald's.
True. Even though I'm a Wendy's guy. A Wendy's guy. Yeah. I was also an IHOP guy. I like pancake. Does this mean they're not going to sell pancakes anymore?
They're still going to sell pancakes,
okay.
Eric.
Thank God. Thank God. Maybe they'll have a change of heart eventually and realize that it was stupid and go back to IHOP. I just don't get it. Like, I mean, look at those pancakes. So fluffy. So good.
I know what to get you for your birthday.
That's right. Yeah. But yeah, I just don't get it. Like, why would you want to be like everything else? I guess. I don't know.
Well, they want to let people know that they serve more than just pancakes. But they will continue to have breakfast.
Not really afraid of the burgers from a place that decided pancakes are too hard.
Read that again.
That's messed up.
Here's another one.
When you were like 7 and thought changing your name to Thunder Bear would be super cool, like that, but our cheeseburgers are still better. Damn, Wendy's
is gangster.
I know. Wendy said that IHOP decided that pancakes were too hard. Man, that is rough.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I don't know. I always found it. I can understand it in one sense that once you get past breakfast time, there probably are a lot of people that are like, I don't want to go to the International House of Pancakes. Like, they probably thought that that's all they serve. But I've been there a bunch of times and gotten like lunches and dinners from IHOP. Like I go, like I've been down to the one that's on 14th Street. I've eaten. Yeah.
I only go for pancakes. I only go for breakfast. What chili? Wait.
We gotta go back. This caught our eye. We don't usually throw shade, but seriously, that's what all that was about. Here's a real burger for you. Gosh, the shade being thrown here by all these restaurants. We do make some pretty delicious crispers and waffles, but we didn't change our name to Waffles. Man,
I love
goodness.
it. Chili's is gangster.
IHOb.
Oh my God.
It's weird. I can't even refer to it as IHOb. It's IHOb to me. It'll always be IHOb to me.
It's just temporarily. It's a temporary change.
Hopefully
it's not gonna last.
Hopefully it's not temporary in the sense that they go out of business.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't affect their business.
Yeah, hopefully people
overall.
remember that they have pancakes.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing. I mean, even if I get like an omelet there, I still got to get pancakes with it. Like,
but if I had a choice between the breakfast at IHOP and the breakfast at Waffle House, I will choose the Waffle House.
I've never been to a Waffle House.
For some reason, even now, right now, I'm licking my lips.
Oh, boy.
The grease, I don't know, it just tastes so much better. There's no grease in IHOP.
No.
There's grease at the Waffle House. It's like you made it at home.
Yeah.
But better.
You made it at home, but better. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to Waffle House. I got to get to Waffle House one time.
The Waffle House is more, I don't know, boxy. Like you can put it in a microwave and bring it out.
Are there any? Where's the closest Waffle House to New York? Is there one in
I don't know, but they have one uptown, like Washington Heights. It's new.
Oh,
I
there
think
is?
it's new.
On what street?
168 or something
really?
like that.
Okay, Waffle House.
I pass by it with my runner sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, there's a Waffle House, but we can't go there. Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
But there's one. There's one in uptown. There's two in Harlem.
Okay.
135th Street and like on the east side, 125th and Fifth Avenue.
Oh, okay. I gotta get to Waffle House. I've never been to a Waffle House.
They have them.
So.
Yeah. I mean, not Waffle House. I mean IHOP. What am I talking about?
Oh,
I'm talking about IHOP.
Oh, you're confusing me.
There's no Waffle House in New York.
I was gonna say.
I think there's one in Jersey. A few in Jersey.
I'm not
sure.
idea. I thought maybe there was like one in the Northeast or something.
No, I travel to when I go to Maryland, Baltimore.
Oh, but
DC.
that's like south pretty much. That's like the start of the south there. So yeah.
But you know what? I'm from Texas. There's no Waffle House in Texas. Well, not when I was growing up. No Waffle House. No White Castle.
Oh, White Castle.
Like I couldn't wait to come to New York
just
to have White Castle.
Just for White Castle. Yeah. You know what's funny? I used to go to White Castle as a kid, and then I stopped going to White Castle, and then I went there like as an adult, and I was like, oh shit, I can't believe like they had chicken rings and whatnot, and like the little slider burger. I was like,
chicken slider.
This is amazing. I can't believe I stopped going to White Castle. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Fast food is tasty, but it is terrible for you.
It will do a number on your body.
It will do really bad things to you. Don't eat too much of it, but eat just enough to like enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
Not enough to kill you though. So that's pretty much what's going on. Anthony Bourdain I'm sorry. This is like a real jump right now, but he killed himself over the weekend. That was bad news to wake up to on Saturday, considering that he's like the second high-profile suicide in a week. Kate Spade, fashion designer, she killed herself. It was interesting. I think they said she like killed herself by like hanging herself, but I think she hung herself. I think they said she hung herself from like a bedpost or something
the closet, like a
closet.
doorknob.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and there was a whole discussion about like people committing suicide having mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you have to have a mental illness to want to end your life? Like, that's not necessarily a fact.
No.
So some people could be like, okay, I did everything I want to do. Bye.
Yeah. It could be that. It's also that I also think sometimes like celebrities, I think they become celebrities because you kind of have to become a little crazy to like become one. Because all the stuff that you got to put up with And especially in today's day and age with like social media, like if you put a show out and people don't like it, they shit on it all the time and everything. You got to deal with like a lot of stuff. Like a lot of people sit and say, oh, well, they have money, they have this, that. That don't, oh, almost dropped my phone. That doesn't necessarily make you happy. Like it can cover up a lot of things, but it doesn't change totally who you are. I mean, that's like part, like, you know, if you're sad, you're probably going to be that way all the time, you know, like it's hard to change.
Yeah.
So.
I think people with that much drive, it's not about the money.
No.
It's about, you know, you have to have some passion to sacrifice your life. I mean, look at us. We're at Eminem all the time.
I know.
And we're not even making any money.
I know.
off
Manhattan
of this.
Neighborhood Network. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out.
Yeah.
We're not even making any money. So we're a little crazy. So I think us as producers who work for free, we have to be a little crazy and just driven by our passion.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily money, although it would be nice to have some money.
Of course.
But it's not
I mean,
money.
like, my goal with this, I'm not going to lie, like, my goal with this is to someday make money. It may not be tomorrow, but to someday, I want to make money and I want to do, you know, what I'm doing now. But yeah, your passion does take over because until you make money, this is not like, I think people get impressed by, oh, look, you're on TV or you're putting your show on YouTube or whatever. But it's like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time that you have to put in. And like, there's some days where you're just like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to. And I think a lot of people, like, when you get to that level, you don't all of a sudden change. You don't all of a sudden, like, it's not like, okay, I reached my goal, now I'm happy. You know,
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
That's not how
you
it
know,
works.
because there might be other things. Because also, like, when you become really successful, you have to sacrifice a lot too. So if you sacrifice a lot, it could be, you know, seeing your family. It could be, you know, just being around people that you want to be around. I mean, he did a travel show, for example, and like you're around different groups of people, but I'm sure at some point it hits you, like when you're in a hotel in France, like he was, like, I'm here by myself, like, you know, this is not necessarily what I want to do today. I just want to be like with my kids or with wife, whatever, you know. So it's sad. It really is sad because it's like nobody ever knows what's going on with people.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes discussions about like suicide and everything don't occur until somebody actually commits suicide.
Right.
And I wish sometimes like we talked about it before that so that it didn't reach that point.
You know what the most I would have to say it was a suicide of a mother who jumped off a hotel out of her window with her 7-year-old son.
Yeah.
That suicide freaked me out because of the child. She took her child with
that
her. Now
was crazy.
when you do something like that, then I think, okay, mental illness. I think mental illness and selfishness because, come on.
That
wasn't a little baby. That was a child. I'm sure he was scared out of, you know.
I think one of the other worst things is like when I hear about like murder suicides, those always I hate those because it's like sometimes you hear about somebody dying and they say suicide and you're like, oh my God, suicide, and like you feel bad. Then all of a sudden you realize, wait a second, this person murdered somebody and then committed suicide because they didn't want to face the consequences, you know. I hate those.
Or those like, if I can't have you, no one will. That kind of craziness. Oh my God, that's insane.
I was actually watching a show on Investigation Discovery. I think that's the channel. Where this lady just killed this. She tried to have like her boyfriend killed because he wouldn't marry her, and it didn't work. This guy shot the guy, and he lived. So then like the girlfriend was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, because the cops hadn't like thought of her as a suspect yet. So she was like, "Oh my God! Like, let's get back together." Everything like that. Then she tried to poison him with like rat poison in his food, and he survived that too. And then she was discovered that she tried to kill him. But yeah, that was one of those stories where it was like, if I can't have you, then nobody's gonna have you. And I'm like, wow, goodness.
That's that's mental illness right there. I think
That is a whole nother level of crazy.
People are nuts. I just like leave people alone. Like if I don't like something or someone, we break up. Guess what? That's it. Like I don't even think about you anymore. Like
yeah,
I have so much going on. I don't have time.
I think that's the way. I think that's the way it should be. Like
I don't think about you. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I have been stalked by one ex-boyfriend and then one guy I met at a bar. He stalked me for 2 years.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like why? Like no one. I don't like you.
I
Just
don't
move
understand.
on. Like there's so many other better-looking women. Go. Like I don't understand.
I don't understand why a guy would think that stalking would work.
If I stalk her, maybe she'll.
Never. That's never. I've never had a friend come to me that's been like, now, okay, people might joke around and like say, oh yeah, I was stalking her or whatever, but it's not like stalking, like, yeah, like her car, like at night when she parks, like I literally like just hang out right outside of it until the next day. Like,
yeah.
No shit like that.
That
like,
was my first stalker. He
really?
did that.
Wow.
He eventually blew it up on Christmas Day, set it on fire. My nice 525 BMW.
Oh my God.
But thank God I live in New York. There's a subway system. I don't have to worry about a car note. He actually did me a favor.
I just...
No insurance bill. It's great.
Yeah, there you go.
No more parking tickets. I'm always optimistic in these,
that's
these
the
cases.
glass half full approach
There
right there. Blow up my car. That's all right. That's all right. Take the subway. Get a Metro card.
Metro, baby.
Yeah, but stalking, I don't know. That shit is crazy. Guys need to get their shit together.
Girls too. Come on, ladies.
Oh yeah, girls too. I was just speaking from my side of the equation, but everybody needs to get their shit together.
Get it together, people.
Yeah. But yeah, to wrap that up, we jumped around to dating, but it is sad that, Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade killed themselves. Rest in peace. You will be missed by a lot of people. So yeah, I didn't like to wrap the show up on a sad note. Oh well, that's kind of the way the show went.
Aww.
So, but yeah, beginning of summer pretty much, even though it doesn't feel like it. Gonna be doing a lot of things, have some ideas in mind. I always tell you guys that, but don't worry, one day you will see all of the ideas that I have.
That's where it starts, with an idea.
Be out there. So, catch us on social media. Actually, Nicole, give everybody your social media.
Conversationpace.com. And Instagram, Conversation Pace. Instagram, am I Coach Nicole? No, I haven't started that page yet. I have so many. Facebook, Conversation Pace. Facebook, Nicole Rodriguez. Coach Nicole, Running Late with Coach Nicole. Like,
well, that's
all
a lot.
of that. It's a lot. That's it.
There we go. All right. You can find this show on... Let's run through them like we always do.
You have more than me.
Here we go. That I don't use, but you can go on them if you want. There's Tumblr. There's Facebook. There's Twitter. This is in order of importance. So we did Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. LAWESHOWSM. Basically, Life and Whatever Else Show. Social media. That's what it stands for. So LAWESHOWSM. That's where you'll find us on those. And then on YouTube, Life and Whatever Else, no spaces. Life and Whatever Else, no spaces. So that's where you'll find us there. And if you want, you can also email the show. I haven't gotten one yet, but maybe we will eventually. Life and Whatever Else, that's no spaces. So life and whatever else @gmail.com.
You never know, Eric.
So,
you may get an email after this show.
After the show, I will get one email from somebody. Whoever you are, you'll win a prize. And I'll tell you what that prize is. A $50 streaming Showtime gift card. So there you go. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Coach Nicole, thank you for coming on, being the producer / co-host.
Thank you for having me.
And that's it. So talk to you guys next time. Peace.